Hey. Okay, so I haven't gotten very far with these containers. Still sitting in the same spots. The string is in a worse state than I left it at because I ran it over with this cart a few times. And there was a rain, kind of a thunderstorm that passed through 15 minutes last night. That didn't have anything to do with the string, but basically I spent most of yesterday, at least the free time that I had. Yeah, there's some trees and logs down on the ground there. I took down a tree. It was dead. And I'm trying to make a little path behind where those chairs are, so I can get into the woods easier for foraging firewood. And I also found a very cool mulberry tree in the back there, and there's a lot of like growth around it, and it has a bunch of broken branches and stuff. So I want to eventually clear out some of the underbrush and prune that tree so it's healthier. Oh, and then I spent the rest of the day moving stuff out of the basement. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I decided to hire. I had asked for a quote on redoing the floors of the basement because the floors are all rotted. The floor framing is rotted. It's like 100+ year old wood logs that were used, and there's a lot of humidity. There was a lot of humidity down there. I'm running a dehumidifier now 24/7, so it's a lot better. But basically over the years, those logs have rotted in places. I feel it could last another maybe 2 years, but I don't want to risk it. It's something that I might have considered taking on by myself, but I kind of want to get it done now, and I can't do it with this. That's something that I decided to spend some money on. Once the guy gives me a start date and starts working on it, I will give more updates on that. Anyways, in the basement, there's also like a bunch of wood that the previous owner had left, and I brought those all out. Some of it's rotted. The parts that were sitting on the ground are basically rotted. The pressure treated stuff is all good. Some of the rotted wood, it kind of look like old barnwood, but I feel like I can save at least 50% or more. So I brought it all out and letting it dry out. Once the contractor comes in and starts working on the floor, they're gonna need a clear space, so I had to clear it out anyway. I want to try to move these containers forward a little bit, which I was unsuccessful in with pushing it with the tractor. If you remember, I was able to push it like kind of side to side, but not really back and forth. What I wanted to do was jack up the container and put some boards under it. Probably gonna pull it with the pickup truck, and I think I can pull it at an angle. I can try to do both the forward motion, bringing it forward, and getting it squared at the same time. Because this container is forward too much, I can't get the rear part of where I've strung it up squared because the container's in the way. So before I finish the squaring, I'm gonna try to jack this thing up and bring it forward a little bit. Yeah, if that doesn't work, there's that tree that I cut down yesterday. There's some cylinder roundish bits. If I put those underneath the container, I'm sure that will decrease the friction enough and give it that rolling surface to be able to move forward. So I guess I haven't totally given up on getting these containers exactly squared up. So I was taking a closer look at kind of the bottoms of these containers, and it's pretty much this part right here that's like right in the ground, and then there's like a corner on the other side, the back corner on the other side, is also like right on the ground. I feel like the best chance I would have is to put some boards underneath this part closest to the ground. That's like pretty much wedged into the ground. The problem is to get boards under the side there, it's a little more difficult than getting boards up front here. So I think I'm just gonna put some boards in the front for now and then try pulling it. That will also give me some experience in jacking this thing up, because like I've never done this before. So I'm gonna do it in the front first, and then if that doesn't work, I'll put some boards on the side. If that doesn't work, I'll put more boards in the back corner, and that better work. Alright, so it's never easy. Obviously that's not gonna fit. I mean, my friend told me this and I already knew it, but the correct tool for the job is a farm jack. But I don't feel comfortable operating a jack like that without two full capable hands. So next plan is back to that scissor jack from the Subaru. I'm gonna try to see if I can lift it enough to jam a block under the container so that I'll have enough clearance to get the bigger jack underneath. Alright, so I got the scissor jack under there and it's up as much as I can do without leverage. So I stuck this PVC pipe on the screwdriver. The problem is that screwdriver is flexing like hell. It's probably gonna break. Yeah. So I'm not really trying to bend it anymore. I don't know what happened to the part that's supposed to like go in that. Guessing it was like the lug nut wrench, the other end of it, but I can't find it. It's not in the Subaru. I'm gonna need to find another piece of steel that's more solid. Alright, so I found this piece of rebar that was left here by the previous owner of the property, and that seems to be working. Yeah, so that thing's not looking good. Alright, so with the scissor jack, as sketchy as it was, I was able to jam that piece of wood underneath, and that allowed me to dig out enough from underneath the container to push in my floor jack. And now I'm gonna try to lift it with the floor jack. Oh yeah, that's like so much easier with this floor jack. Better use two hands for safety. Okay, so part of the issue is that the ground is wet. It was a storm last night and it didn't dry out, so tires are slipping. But even if it was dry, I'm thinking the truck is not going to be able to pull it. So thought about pushing it, trying to push it again from the rear using the tractor, but I don't have a high level of confidence that's gonna work either. I think at this point, I'm not quite ready to throw in the towel, but almost. So I'm gonna square that container against that container, but I'm gonna try to
do it in a way where there's a chance for the container that I want to square to come forward. Just looking at the way that it's sitting, I feel like I do want to put it all on blocks anyway. So I think I will probably give it a shot to pull this thing again once I have it all four corners on blocks, and then when the ground is drier, I'll try pulling it and or pushing it one more time